Hey everybody, welcome back to Naturally Becoming. I'm not trying to get you to agree with me. I'm just trying to get you to see with me. And today I'm trying to get you guys to see about a mental glow up. So as you know, I posted my glow up challenge for the month of June, and I've been actively, doing my affirmations. Nothing really changed so much for me because I've still been doing this continuously, but now I'm really working on not reacting and worrying if I think that things seem like they're not working out for me. Like, we're not doing that anymore. So I wanted to talk about just the power of changing your mentality, because no matter what area in your life, no matter what it is you're trying to manifest change in, whether it's your body, it's your money, it's your work, it's your relationships, your overall well-being and things of that nature, the mentality is what has to change first. If you aren't used to thinking in favorable ways, if you're not used to thinking with optimism, with positivity, with this idea that things can be better, and just actively thinking that way, that's why it's a struggle for some people to perceive change as rapidly as they would like, because they don't recognize how they're putting separation between the experiences that they're having and the mindset that they have about those experiences, or just the assumptions you have in general about the way that life works. For one, if you have the idea that life is against you or life is outside of your control, meaning even something so simple as changing your mindset won't affect any change in your life, that's your really only limitation that you have in terms of experiencing the changes you seek, because it's not even a possibility according to your mentality, according to your mindset, according to your way of life. You don't even perceive that as possible. So that means things and opportunities that could be literally right in front of your face will pass you by, because you're existing in this mentality where that's not even a possibility. Or you might not be thinking that outright, but just your attitude and the way you go about things, there's parts of you that isn't really leaving room for unexpected things, and things to work out in your favor. A lot of us limit ourselves to what we can imagine. And if what we want to experience is something we've never experienced before, we don't recognize that we can hinder ourselves by limiting the ways that things could unfold. Even in times when it seems like nothing is going your way, there's always a way for something to turn around in your favor. But it starts with your mentality and your ability to believe in those possibilities. So I thought it was very important to bring this up first, because like I said, the key to any change is changing your mentality, your mindset. So that's why a lot of people will do affirmations and things like that in terms of techniques on how to do that, because you practice the consciousness, the awareness of things working in your favor. So if it's money, you start practicing the awareness of money surrounding you. Money's abundant in your life. Money always flows to you. Now, the thing about this that trips people up is because they're seeing everything around them show the complete opposite of that. Even your feelings in your nervous system, in your body, will feel awkward and feel in disbelief, because this is not what I'm experiencing. I'm feeling the frustration, I'm feeling the doubt, I'm feeling the stress, the financial strain, the worry, the fears when it comes to money. This feels real in my body. So how can I basically lie to myself and expect these things to start happening? So again, I said that goes back to the mentality where we don't even believe in our ability to tell ourselves something and allow it to reflect itself. And we don't realize we're already doing that. If you already have the mindset that money isn't easy and money isn't hard, you've practiced that mentality so much that you believe it. But it doesn't have to be a fact. It's just your assumption up to this moment. But you could literally decide to change your assumption in this moment. Decide that, one, whatever I tell myself to be true is true. Two, if I want to create a new assumption about the way that life works for me, I can do that, and it takes effect instantly. And the only reason I continue to affirm and tell myself these things is just so I can normalize it, and so I can practice putting my attention on the experiences that I want. So now when I'm looking out and I'm seeing what used to be evidence of the fact that money is hard or me not getting what I want. Now my relationship to that is different. Now that's just, oh, that's just what I used to think, or that's how I would have looked at this before. But the person that I am now with this mentality, I know that that's now is evidence of money is coming to me to fulfill whatever that obligation is. There's money coming to me to resolve that. It's already done. Now it's just evidence of, you know what, I definitely have the capacity to overcome that situation. And I can only imagine the surprising ways in which money's going to come to resolve this issue. Or you don't even have to put your attention on the issue. So for me, what that's going to look like is focusing on what I want as if it already happened. And I have some examples. Like I went on a rampage and journaled about how I make new friends and how I have so many friends and making friends is easy, right? And literally 2 hours later, I went to this event and I made a couple of friends, and two of them were responding and, you know, talking and making plans to hang out. And I already hung out with one of them since that other event, and we've been talking. So almost instantly, I manifested friends just by switching my focus to the fact that I already had them. Also, the other day, I wanted to manifest $2,000 instantly, and the next day when I woke up, I got $2,000 out of thin air, basically like how I was thinking, like when I changed my mentality, saying money's easy to manifest and I get it out of thin air. Let me think. Another thing was, you know, wanting someone to think about me or miss me a little bit. I know that sounds crazy, but when I did that, literally somebody told me that's exactly what they were thinking. So I really believe in speaking things into existence because I want to make things easier for myself. And that's the relationship that I've created with my life so that I don't have to experience struggle anymore and bring myself more peace and happiness. It's definitely gave me that sense of empowerment. So I think for me, the mental glow up is really about being conscious of my thoughts, directing my thoughts and my feelings in a positive way instead of making it mean something negative or something that's going wrong. So I'm assigning everything the meaning of helping me in some way and then working towards the things that I want to experience and watching them happen before my very eyes. But a mental glow up could look very different for you as well. So you get to decide. So also for me, I've been using this to go from a place of sadness, depression, anxiety, overwhelm to a place of happiness and peace and love. So I've really been using my mentality to be more confident and be a better version of myself. And I have another example of how I've been feeling self-conscious about not feeling beautiful, not feeling good enough, you know, like low self-esteem. So I've been switching my focus to feeling beautiful and deciding to accept that and how that feels about myself and thinking about myself in that way. And the past couple of days, I've been having people always hit on me, so that's one thing I realized. It was always happening whether I thought I was beautiful or not. But I had several people give me compliments, like call me beautiful. Like I had makeup on and this woman was like, oh, you kind of look like a mermaid. So like that ethereal type of beauty, and just people randomly complimenting me and calling me pretty. So it's like the more I've been spending my mental energy on feeling beautiful and accepting my beauty and accepting the ways that I choose to express it and own it, more and more people are reflecting it. And before, I felt like I needed that validation externally to accept it. But now I'm realizing beauty is not just the looks and other people's opinions. That could be a part of it if you choose that. But for me, it's more of having the self-esteem to know that uniquely you express your beauty in however you want to, whether that's no makeup or makeup, or it's really just also the feelings that you have towards yourself. So for me, I realized a big part of beauty was self-esteem and being self-centered enough to be confident and know who you are without being dependent on other people's validation. So that was a big freeing realization that I had. But you could use this to change yourself and your ways of thinking in regards to anywhere of your life where you feel like you're struggling, and instead decide that it's easy now. Like you can make those changes effortlessly with all the resources that you need in order for you to fulfill that.